sixth speaker is 6582, biracial hair.
I have biracial hair. Pantene Pro V, waves on top, easy to style, comb rockin' too. You encounter my naps. Now, I'm not talking about those cute to tangle with the spray naps. I'm talking about those slave naps. Like no comb, brush, or man can handle the type of naps I've got. Like no way you are touching my hair naps. Like back 10 feet up, boy. We can dance naps. To the people who asked me why when I cut off all my hair. To the man online who said, "Y'all women need to tame your afros." And to my boss who said, "I hope this whole natural phase ends soon. May I one day have an afro so big it shuts your mouth before you even open it. An afro so in command that when it says sit, you sit." Growing up black with a white mom in a predominantly white city called Omaha, Nebraska. Help me. I have learned that only white Eurocentric ideals of beauty counted. For those of us whose culture straddle between the boundaries of black and white, it is time to reclaim our beauty as uniquely our own. Biracial Hair by Zora Howard. For Colored Girls with 4C Hair by Jane Michelle Lacey. And Afro So Big by Kyla Michelle. Biracial Hair, a poetry program. For those of us women who have this curly hair, it is finally time for us to reclaim our roots. I have biracial hair, those smooth silk wraps hanging all through my mane until you went to the back and encountered Tarzan and Jane in the front. You forget and relax in the pleasure. In the back, you remember the pain. I hope when I gain weight, it goes straight to my fro. So, in addition to economy and first class, airlines can add an extra section called Dark and Lovely. So, in the event that the plane crashes, my afro can double as a flotation device. An afro so grand, only Moses could part it. Then along came a little company called Shea Moisture, whose humble beginnings began on the street corners of Harlem, hustling products for the people who are brown, like me. Finally, a product not made of petroleum and lye that we could rely on. I have biracial hair. Like mama said, the best she could do was put it in 2 big braids, but even that wasn't enough, so she left half of it free. Hours in the mirror convincing myself I look just like Alicia Keys. I want an afro so hard I could shield my brother from bullet wounds. An afro so soft I could use it to make a bed wherever I go, to forget that I don't have a home. I want my afro to be a home, where my dad can finally rest after having to pick up extra shifts to pay the rent. I want an afro to express my gratitude to him better than I ever have. Then in April of 2017, the same company who had given black women so much hair care relief decided to create an ad campaign about hair hate, featuring the speaking parts of 4 women. 3 of them white, 1 racially ambiguous. Then, 1 white woman went along to say how she hated her hair so much, she decided to dye it blonde for 7 years. I wonder how many people had to ask her if that was her real hair. I have biracial hair because I have biracial blood. Now, I'm not talking about the cute they met and found love blood. I'm talking about the slave raped 6 times by the master, birthing 6 McBabies. I'm talking about the cross burning in the mud, blood slit my wrist. My blood does not scream in black and white. I dream in verse and in red, like what drained from Emmett Till's lips when he was killed for breaking down color lines biracial, that succumbs to the abuse of the kids in her middle school because her lack of roots would have them calling her an Oreo. Look at me! I'm not a damn cookie! I want an afro, so unapologetic that it tells me the hard truths, like, you look like you need to grow up and forgive the people who hurt you. I want an afro so big that I could lose myself in it or find myself.